Hello and welcome to today's video where I'll be doing an uncommon item tier list. In fact, that was my best performing video last time, except it was in comments. Now let's start. First of all, we have the ATG Mark I missile platform. Or is it, wait, is that right? ATG Missile MK1. Great item. Its effects are 10% chance to fire a missile that deal 300% damage plus 300% per stack. Allows you to deal crazy damage, and with any higher rate survivor, doesn't matter if their damage is ass, this thing can make them deal like an insane amount of damage. Plus, if you have 2, it makes it easier to trigger the bans. Next, we have the Will-O-Wisp. When enemies die, they explode. When they explode, they deal 350% damage plus 280 per stack in a 12-meter radius plus 2.4 meters per stack. Add ukulele and gasoline, and all of a sudden, that horde of enemies becomes a nuclear chain reaction. Great item. Poo-Poo Feather. Extra jump. Allows you to make the Mythic's boss fight way easier, and it's better for mobility, allowing you to fall damage cancel. Next, we have the ukulele. A tier. Chain lightning, that 25% chance to chain lightning that deals 80% damage. Damage up to 3 targets plus 2 with plus 2 per stack within a 20-meter radius plus 2 meters per stack. Great item. Add gasoline, Will-O-Wisp as I said, and that then becomes a chain reaction. Plus, it turns tanky enemies to lightning rods that you can kill everything else with. Great item. Leeching Seeds. I'm gonna put this in C tier. Every time you hit an enemy, you gain plus 1 HP, plus 1 per stack. It's okay with high fire rate survivors. If not, it's not really that good and should be scrapped. But if you have a ton of them, it can make it better and can increase your healing depending on the situation. It can clutch up. But it depends on a ton of factors. Next, we have Predatory Instincts. Getting 5% chance to crit enemies. And when you crit, your attack speed gets increased by 12% with a maximum cap of 36% plus 24 per stack. It's great if you have a ton of crits, like if you have 10 lens makers or something, but if not, it's not really too good. But it can allow you to attack more. Add a war banner and makes it even better in Berserker's Pauldron. Next, we have Red Whip. Outside of combat, gain plus 30% speed, plus 30% per stack. Great item to make looting way faster. I don't know why people don't really like this item. Next, we got Old War Stealth Kit. When you fall below 25% HP, you turn invisible, gain plus for 5 seconds, plus gain 40% movement speed. Recharges every 3 seconds, minus 50% per stack. If you're getting low on health, this thing can clutch up sometimes. Pretty good item. I'll put this in B tier. Next, we got Harvester's Scythe. 5% chance to crit, and when you crit, you heal for 8 plus 4 per stack. It depends if you're getting a lot of crits, because if not, then it's okay. But if you do, it's way better. I'm gonna put this in C tier because it's like depends on if you got a ton of crit. Next, we got the Fuel Cell. You gain plus 1 charge of equipment, and the charging time is minus by 15%, plus 15% per stack. And you hold an additional equipment charge, plus 1 per stack. Pretty good item, allowing you to hold multiple stacks. And it depends on the equipment though, but still, any equipment with more stacks is still better. Infusion. You can gain plus 100 HP, but you have to kill 100 enemies for it. So every enemy you kill, you get plus 1 HP. It depends when you get it and what difficulty you're currently on. But it's pretty good, you can gain a lot more HP. Next we got the Bandolier. Upon pickup, all cooldowns are reset. You have an 18% chance plus 10% per stack. Chance on kill to drop it. This thing allows you to chain like a ton of moves. For example, if you're using Bandit's Lights Out and you fail, an enemy drop the Bandolier, you now have a second chance. Or if you're a captain and you do an airstrike and one of the enemies drop a Bandolier, you can do more airstrikes. Pretty good item. I'll put this in B tier. Berserker's Pauldron. When you kill 4 enemies within 1 second, you gain plus. So you go into a frenzy for 6 seconds plus 4 seconds per stack, increases movement speed by 50% and attack speed by 100%. War Banner. Just portable War Banner, it depends on how much you kill. It's probably better in the later difficulties because you can kill more enemies then. Add that with War Banner and it makes you way faster at attack speed and you deal a lot more damage. You'll become faster, yeah, and shoot faster. It turns out survivor from a low fire rate to a faster fire rate. I'll put this in B tier. It's better with a War Banner. Rose Buckler. When sprinting, you gain plus 30% armor, plus 30% per stack. I mean, usually not sprinting within combat, but some characters can. So it depends on the character. This one varies. Some characters can attack while sprinting, some can't. Next, we got both the bands. They are great items, easy S tier. Add 2 MK1 missiles, I'll just call them ATG MK missile MK1. And you can pop them off way easier. Okay, the Reynolds band. When you deal damage more than 400%, you also blast them with Runic Ice Blast, slowing them down for 8% for 3 seconds plus 3 seconds per stack, and deal 250% damage plus 250% per stack. Total recharges every 10 seconds. Then we got Kaijoro's band. Hits more than 400% damage, blast enemies with a Runic Flame Tornado, dealing 300% damage plus 300% per stack. Recharges every 10 seconds. It's good to have both of them because they allow you to deal way more damage. And if you find a secret like 2 pressure plates and you can press them both, even if you already got the achievement, easy bands. Next we got a Chrono Ball. Put this in C tier. It's only really good to use Curse Mark. But when you hit an enemy, they lose 60% speed for the next 2 seconds. High fire rate survivors don't need to really get more than one, but if not, even if you wanna, you can. Wax Whale. When you jump while sprinting, you go plus 10 meters. Plus 10 meters per stack. Great item. It makes less immobile survivors more mobile. Next we got the Old Guillotine. Elite enemies under 13 health. Plus 13% per 13% health plus 13% per stack, instant die. Depends if you're doing like something like Artifact of Honor. If it's Artifact of Honor, this thing would be broken to have multiple stacks off. Next we got the Warhorn. Upon activating equipment, you gain a boost in speed, which is 70% attack speed. So you gain a boost in attack speed, which is plus 70%, for 8 seconds plus 4 seconds per stack. It depends if you're spamming them, but I'm gonna put this in B tier. If you have like the Jester of the Drowned setup, you can spam this and it makes it way better. Left on Daisy. During the teleporter, you randomly have a Nova Blast that would heal you. I'm gonna put this in C tier. It heals for 50% max HP. It can clutch you up sometimes. I don't know why people don't really like it, but I really like this personally. It allows you to clutch up better. Sometimes when you're gonna die. Next we got the Razor Wire. When you get hit, you deal 160% damage. There's up to 5 targets, plus 2 per stack, in 25 meter radius, plus 10 meters per stack. You basically got Thorns from Minecraft. Pretty good. I'm gonna put this in B tier. Gore's Tome, A tier. You have a Gore's Tome, A tier. It allows you to shorten the looting process because you have a 4% chance plus 4% per stack when killing an enemy to get treasure worth $25. Scales over time. That's pretty good. It makes it way easier to loot. Next we got the Squid Pull-Up. Easy A tier. Without the Secrets of the Storm, I will probably put this in like C tier, but due to the fact that you can have interactables inside the Secrets of the Storm Fall Sun boss fight, and if you don't hit him for a second and the turret does, it allows him to, well, he'll just attack it instead of you, which can help you out in healing plus dealing more damage. Curse Mark. Instant F tier. The thing is so hard to use properly. You need to get like a god run for it. I know some characters have like a status effect, but if you're using like Captain or Commando who don't have an built-in status effect, it makes your life way harder to get it proper. And only for 50% more damage. Honestly, it would be better if it was like 100 or 200% damage, but it's like, you know, if you're doing a build specifically for it, it makes your life kinda annoying to do that. And plus, it's kinda hard to get consistently. F tier for me. It just doesn't have a good enough effect and it takes way too much effort. Hunter's Harpoon. When you kill an enemy, you gain plus 120% movement speed that fades over 1 second, plus half a second per stack. Honestly, it depends where you are. If you're near a cliff and you kill an enemy, sometimes you can fall off, so it really depends where you are. Ignition Tank. Plus 300% damage, plus 300% per stack on any fire damages. That gasoline setup I talked about earlier makes it way stronger with Ignition Tank. Plus, Flamethrower for the Artificer does easy 8. Shuriken. You can sometimes throw Shuriken every 10 seconds. That holds up 3 plus 1 per stack. They deal it every 10 seconds, as I said. And they deal 400% damage plus 100% per stack. And it only activates when using a primary skill. I'll put this in B tier. Next we got Regenerating Scrap. Easy A tier. If you got like 3 stacks of them and go to the bazaar between time. Free Legendary. I also put regular and common scrap here too. Legendaries, the legendaries. Shipping request form. Every stage, there will be a drop pod or delivery containing 2 items, 99% chance to get common, 20% for uncommon, and 1% for legendary. Basically a rusty key with a high chance to get common and lower chance to get legendary. I think so you can only pick one of the items, but pretty good to get more items. I'll put this in B tier. Breaching Fin. Breaching Fin tosses enemies up in the air where they will be launched and stunned. And while they're airborne, you can hit them up to 2 times, plus 1 per stack. So basically, think of fighting like a Smash Bros. Like game, and you chuck someone into the air, and then you do that again, and again, and again. Basically, that's what you do to enemies. Anyway, all enemies take plus 10% damage from all sources per launch. So you got like 3 launches, 30% more damage. That's pretty good. Plus it makes it easier to get Curse Mark finally work. I'll put this in B tier. Actually A tier. Chance Doll, 40% chance to get better items from the Shrine of Chance on success. So if you got commons, might be on uncommon. Uncommons would become legendary. Easier to get legendaries. That's pretty good. But I'm gonna put in B tier because sometimes you just need commons over legendaries. Next we got, I think so it's called the Lightning. Oh, sorry, it's the Luminous Shot. Activating your secondary skills up to 3 times allows you to shoot a lightning. You can store up to 5 lightnings. Dealing 100 in each lightning strike when you fire with your primary skill on an enemy, deal 175% total damage, plus 50% per stack. Reduces secondary skill cooldown by 20%. Lightning strike also grant 10% experience on kill, plus 10% per stack. For someone like Railgunner, this is way better, but not good for all enemies. But that 10% extra experience is pretty good. And plus, extra damage, and encourages you to use more of your secondary. I'm gonna put this in A tier. Noxious Thorn, 10% chance to cause bleed on hit. On killing an enemy, transfers 33% of every debuff stack to one enemy, plus 1 per stack within 20 meters, plus 5 meters per stack. If you got like a ton of stacks of bleed or any kind of debuff, it transfers to one enemy plus 1 per stack. This is pretty good because it allows you to transfer said stuff, so it makes Curse Mark way easier to keep attaining it. Now I'm gonna have to speedrun because I got only 15 meters. Feeds of Fealty, A tier. They just allow you, when you level up, you gain plus 1. Sail Star, double the chest, S tier. And Transmitter. It's the unstable transmitter. I'll put this in S tier. It's basically like an elixir. Alright, I'll see you next video. Sorry for it being rushed in the ending. And hopefully you subscribe and enjoyed the video. Have a good day.